All right, time to check our thermostats. Let's see what all the temperatures are reading everywhere and see what kind of data we got. Let's see how it did last night.
Previously on Mod Squad.
Michael, I want to go to Peter Sink's. I want to go camping with the new UEV-19 that we have. It's one of the coldest places in America. What do you think?
We got everything to start this process and figuring out where our weak points are. Got my roller, we're gonna jump under there and see where things are. This is gonna be the first thing to freeze. These are always prone to breaking. The nice thing is we do have heat running right here, so there's a good chance I'll keep it pretty warm. We've definitely had some struggles of finding a way to keep it heated behind the shower. Definitely some weak points for sure we're gonna have to address, but let's go ahead and start getting, I gotta pick some of these places because I have 12 thermostats and we'll go ahead and see where we can put all these. I think that's it. So we'll be back tomorrow to check out our results. Then we'll be able to go from there and see where the problems are, you know? Have some good data for Shane, so let's see.
13 degrees, it's done, game over.
Correct. Minimum, it got down to 25 right here. We'll need to reset this one because it was 24, but it's because it's open. But max 101, 100 degrees. So it might have got nice and toasty in there, but I'm gonna get the key and shut that so we get a new data on that. Outside sink, our min was 52. And our max was 74. Well, that's doing good in there. Nice and toasty. We got under the sink. Our minimum was 49. And our max, 72. Not bad. Minimum, 53. Max was 74. Check under the bed. These results are good so far. There you go. Didn't get that cold in there. Our minimum was 65 and our max was 78. Woo! Chilly. A little chilly in here. Got down to 32. Our max 71. I mean, if we left the door open, it would be warmer in here. All right, behind the shower. Oh, that's real warm.
What's that? 13.
13. Minimum 13. Maximum. It was a 75 at one point. Probably got up to 70 degrees like with the heat on and the sun shining directly on the trailer. Not too bad in the shower. Minimum 28. Maximum 71. All right, we got most of our stats, but the majority of these did just fine, really. Whether it's surprised or not, the bathroom was really cold, and some of the spots did get a little bit lower and a little bit more concerning. But I want to go through another night of temperatures and see if we get any colder or if it performs the same. So we'll check in on that, but we'll have a whole nother night of below freezing temps coming up. Awesome, so checked again today. We got some new numbers. They're pretty consistent with what we got last time. I did reset one of those.
What's up?
Oh, hey, how's it going, Shane?
Doing good, how are you?
Good.
What's going on?
Going through our data, checking out what's our danger points.
Oh, look at this. 73 degrees.
We got it set to 72, so
nice and
right there.
Nice and toasty inside. So tell me what's going on, what you've been doing. Because I know you said you wanted to test the trailer out to see kind of the base point. So what's going on? What have you found?
Surprisingly, I admit, whether it's surprising or not, it's performed really well, actually.
The heater.
I think there's less areas of concern. In some other trailers we've done before, it seemed like everywhere was a concern.
Oh, really? Like,
yeah.
in what do you mean? Is because
just like because you have stuff that's underneath, you know, like under the bed or in a cabinet or like all over the place, you know, or like, hey, that's right next to this area that you would think might be really cold, but it's getting
It's getting
the temperatures
heat.
getting heat from somewhere.
From somewhere, like
Yeah.
the temperatures throughout the trailer is radiating heat.
So I dropped 12 thermostats into the trailer in different places.
12.
12, yeah.
Okay, I thought you got 6.
Well,
So
I went and got more.
You went and got more. Okay.
Because I
sounds good.
thought you would find places that I didn't.
Okay, so where are the thermostats?
All right, so we got a thermostat under the bed, by the water pump, and where the water enters the trailer, under the sink in the kitchen, under the sink in the bathroom. We got one right here, obviously. We got one in the shower room. We got one in the outside shower compartment. And I put one behind the shower itself.
What's the lowest temperature we've seen?
So lowest temperature, so last night it got into the low 20s.
Okay.
And behind the shower was our coldest point.
Behind the shower?
Yeah, behind the shower.
At what temperature?
Behind the shower we got down to 13.
13 degrees behind the shower?
Yeah, it got colder than it was outside.
Oh, that's bad. That's not good. How are we going to be able to get heat behind the shower? Because if it's 20 degrees outside and it got to 13 degrees behind the shower, we're toast.
The bathroom itself got into freezing temp. It got down to 32 degrees.
So
the bathroom was frigid.
The door was shut.
Yeah.
So, and it got to 30 degrees. It was in between 60, 70 degrees in here in the middle of the night at the coldest temps. And inside the bathroom, it got to 30 degrees. Behind the shower, it got to 13 degrees.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest concern, honestly. Is
so how are we going to get heat back there? What's the plan?
Yeah, I mean, the plan that I would have in mind is we got to add more ducts. We have redirect ducts, we have to get them to get into the bathroom and behind the sink and then back into the shower.
Otherwise, this trailer can't. We're trying to get to 0 degrees.
No, it would never.
It's impossible.
If you took this out to Peter's sinks right now,
and put water in it, we'd be toast.
You would have the bathroom.
We don't even need to go to Peter's sinks. We can put water here in the trailer, and we're toast. It's done. Game over.
Correct.
So getting this down to 0 degrees is going to be extremely hard.
Well, we'll duct it and start testing, and hopefully the ducts can do it.
Obviously, the closest duct to the heater is going to give out most of the heat, and we're trying to get a duct to the very furthest away to get some heat out there, and that's also the weakest point. So that's going to make hard for airflow. So hopefully there's some people out there that does HVAC or like heating, cooling in houses, residentials. Maybe you could give us some input on how to duct it the best back there. We'd love for any insight or any input that people might have out there. We might have to end up upgrading to the larger Truma, because that's what we had to do with the Black Series. We had to upgrade to a larger diesel heater to be able to duct it all throughout. I guess we'll start with ducting it, because that will be a lot cheaper, right? It will be a lot cheaper if we duct it first.
So the good thing crawling under this and looking at everything is all the water lines, except for the ones coming from the tanks, are inside the trailer. And then secondly, most of them are close to heat ducts. So all of them on this side of the trailer, the ones on that side aren't, but the ones on that side, we performed fine. The temperatures were just fine.
What was the lowest temp underneath the
50,
sink?
No, it got down to 49.
So there's at least enough heat radiating into there from the heat in here to keep it warm. So the biggest issue is the water, behind the shower.
The shower is huge.
It's gonna be difficult. Let's see. What do we do?
All right, let's go get Josh. We gotta do some ordering.
We gotta do some ordering. Parts!
Okay. So what we're thinking, and we found, which I was telling you earlier, the weakest point is behind the shower. So we gotta get ducting behind there. Did you wanna grab what we have and see if it's the same size?
Yeah.
And then if it is, we can just start on that now. If it's not, then let's order some. And
it's in the very back.
Meet me in the trailer.
Okay, I'll do it.
Let's see, the big one looks too big. Yeah. The smaller one actually might
be the same size.
Be the right size. Yeah, it looks like we might be the same size. Let's see. Which this looks like, yeah, I think it's about the same. So what I'm hoping is we can just tap into the duct that already runs back there. Our main goal is to take care of that. Once that's taken care of, if there's extra heat, we can heat the bathroom as well. If you want to get me a lot of this, and we'll get working on this. Yeah. I'm gonna start cutting this ducting up and make it our own and get heat into our problem areas. So over here, I'm gonna remove because there's two ducts almost right next to each other. One right here blowing, and one right here blowing. Like literally, we have two ducts right here. So I'm gonna actually eliminate one of the ducts so we can get more airflow to the back. All right, I cut that duct off there. And then just for testing purposes, I'm gonna just cap this off. Got the heater turned on. Let's see if I got any air. I think I got it. Yeah, I don't feel anything coming out, so. That's good, we got that all tapped off. So now let's go and tap into the other line and spread the love. This is our duct we want that we're gonna relocate to heat our weak points. So let's just open this up and see what we got back here. I think I might have to make a bigger hole. There's a little hole back there. Hopefully I can fit my duct in this, because there's a gap right there because I got some plumbing running in there. Probably the best bet, and then I can get easier access for drilling my hole, running this around. But I think it'll fit though. I mean, unless it's super thick, but it's just metal, so we should be good there. All right, so I'm gonna take this off because I need to gain access behind there, because that's where we need to run the duct, as well as cut a bigger hole so we can put the duct in there. So. Wow. Could be screwed in other places. That might not work. They might have siliconed or glued the back of that entire thing, plus the screws. So I'm gonna try another thing. See if I can get the ducts to run in from the other end. I think I'm just gonna drill a hole. Because I know this is where I'm gonna put it. Woo! All right, we got ourselves a beautiful hole. We could try going this way and see if we can grab it from that side. And there's the other end. Woo! I think the goal for tonight will be to get that ducted into the other side. And we'll just have that main duct, tee it off and see how it does. And try to get that 13 degrees to go away. Okay, that's good enough for our test. So it's squeezed in there a little bit, but I'll see what it does. And if we get any kind of good result, then I will add a reducer on there and get it in there real nice, or cut a bigger hole. But it's nice when you don't have to cut holes. But I am gonna add a T, so we have, we're gonna tee into the bathroom, and we're also gonna tee into, keep it coming out in the main area. So gonna work on that. Okay, we got our holes. Everything is about lined up and ready to go. All right, I went ahead and reset all the thermostats. They're all in the exact same places as before. So we're gonna look for new results tonight and see what happens. Just to recap what we've done. So over here what we've done, I just capped that off for the moment. I will get or just completely replace that junction there. But we capped that off, and originally that went from there, and it worked its way to this heater here. But we already have a main heater right here by our feet, so it's kind of a little extra. And I already capped that off, and it's plenty hot in here still. So not worried about not having that one, but that way it gives us more flow to send it back. All right, so we went underneath the fridge, and originally there was only one duct to here, and that's where all the heat ended. So it was really just focused on heating the main living area, not the bathroom at all. So I added 2 T's so that 1 T continues to give us heat right here, which is good because we want to keep heat in this area. But then I added in one of the T's, and we got a hole here. I haven't put a cover on it yet, but we will. But so now we have heat, and I can feel it right now, nice and toasty, coming out into the bathroom, because the bathroom had 0 heat. And then our other problem area is behind the outside shower in here. And our duct is going to be running right next to that. And then it runs next to that. It's not sending out heat, so we're checking to see if radiant heat's enough. And then in here, we have the other duct, and I got it pushed in to this cavity that goes behind the shower. And so we'll be able to see what the temperatures get at behind the shower. And that was our lowest point at 13 degrees when it was in the 20s outside. So we'll see how it goes tonight. It's already 23 degrees and the low is going to be 18 degrees tonight. We're getting down to 18 degrees. So this is going to be a real test. This is going to be a harder test than the previous ones we've done because it's getting colder tonight. It snowed yesterday? Yeah, it snowed yesterday. So it's going to be cold tonight. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens.
Coming up on next episode of Mod Squad.
Behind the shower was 13 degrees. Biggest problem of them all. There it is. Wow. Those tanks obviously are exposed completely and their lines that will freeze immediately.
So what are we gonna do about the water tanks outside?
Yeah, what do we do?
Maybe there's a better place that we could put a water tank.
If we enclose them and add heat to them, we may have to.
We may need a bigger furnace.
Another bigger furnace. It'd be nice.
No, because if we're gonna enclose and run heat ducts down there and heat ducts to the back, there's no way we're gonna keep the temperature to what we want in here. Shoot.
Hello.
Hey, Alan. So we got a project we're working on that needs a custom water tank.
Okay, well, I can do that.
Perfect. Awesome.
Okay.
Is it gonna fit through the door? It doesn't fit.